best. You can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Makoni Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Makoni Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Makoni Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MakoniSetupShop.com and learn why Makoni Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Thunder Valley, Bristol Motor Speedway, straddling the border of the Commonwealth of Virginia and the great state of Tennessee. This half-mile oval is one of the fastest places you will see on Earth. Easily one of the fastest short tracks you'll ever see. And tonight, the High Slide Cup Series will be turning 250 laps here around the Bristol Motor Speedway, and we could not be happier to have you with us here this Sunday night. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network, and we are looking forward to a really pretty spectacular night of racing here. Conditions are warm here, and that will come into play in a pretty big way throughout the course of the night. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as the racing festivities progress here. But first, let's tell you a little bit about the racetrack. These cars from the High Slide Cup Series will be taking to Bristol Motor Speedway, like we mentioned, located in Bristol, Tennessee. Just over 1/2 mile in length, 24 degrees of banking in the corners. First opened its gates back in 1969. Rules of the road for tonight's race, 250 laps. Admins will be handling the caution flag duties. Andrew Schroeder taking care of that in race control for us tonight. Thank you very much, Andrew. Restarts or double file lap cars go to the back, and they should be pretty close to in line, but as is true in the real world here, that's not always the case. Overtime will be 3 attempts at the green, white, checkered finish. These NASCAR Cup Series cars are all built by the individual race teams. Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota power plants making upwards of 750 horsepower. It's a 4-speed H-pattern gearbox in these cars, one of the last throwbacks in the world of auto racing, and we're only going to see it for another season or so. SLA front, truck arm, rear for the suspensions, 3,300 pounds on a 110-inch wheelbase. With practice working its way through here, let's tell you the pit strategy here for tonight's race. The fuel window is anywhere from 90 to 100 laps. Conceivably, you could do this on 2 stops. However, they will have 5 sets of Goodyear Racing Eagles available in the pit areas, and plus the one that they're going to start the race with. Put your tire window right around 40 to 60 laps. We would anticipate pit stops to come in and around those windows. Timing of the caution flags is going to be a very big deal on that one. Teams do have 1 backup car at their disposal. Everybody is going to use it at some point in this race, even if it comes down to that last caution flag and you've saved it for the very end of the race. That one's going to be a pretty big deal to hold on to that one to the end. You will lose at least 2 laps if you must pit under the green flag conditions. So, hoping that the caution flags time out your way will be incredibly important here tonight. Single car qualifications out on the racetrack. Let's pick up Alan Martin in the 0-5. He is going to be second quick right now, 15.10 seconds. 15:45, he improves, but it's not going to be enough. Garrett Velsey to the top of the speed charts, 15.01 seconds. Wendell Elliott going to set an almost identical lap time. Down to the 100th, they're a match, but Garrett Velsey claiming the top spot currently. Nathan Aldrich qualifying 3rd. Art Greco in the 5th position, but only 6 cars have taken time so far. While we have a minute here, let's get you a recap of the point standings and the results from 1 week ago. Michael Atkins picking up the win at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway by 10 seconds over Wendell Elliott. Scott Williams 3rd, Joshua Gathright 4th, Anthony Probst rounding out the top 5 1 week ago. Translates to a 1-point lead for Wendell Elliott at the top of the standings. Scott Williams 2nd, like we mentioned, just 1 point back, sitting on 99 markers. Alan Martin going to be 3rd in points at 84. Cody Henderson and Michael Coulter Jr., your top 5. Anthony Probst, Mark McCurdy, Nicholas Locker, Donnell Williams, and Peter Hodgson complete the top 10. Take a look, see who else we have out here on the racetrack. We'll pick up the Lockard entry of Nicholas Lockard. That fantastic Tide Ride throwback. Lockard currently 8th. He comes across the finish line to complete his qualification run. 15:34 was the last lap time. 15:22 will be the time of record. Rob Pendleton across the line. 15:08 is his timed lap. 15:22 was the second of his 2 qualification laps. The Army National Guard, number 88, belonging to Joseph Causey on the racetrack now. These cars will be able to run from top to bottom throughout the course of this run. New quick time to the top of the charts. It's going to be Greg Holt, 14.82 seconds. 14.82, the quick time for Greg Holt. Christian Converse going to be second quick. Causey moves up to the 4th position, just 1 spot behind John Bunton. Here's the 00 with Scott Williams coming off at turn number 4. He will take the checkered flag, jump up inside the top 5. 14.93, the lap time for that car. Let's get you a look at Brian Rumpf in the number 65, one of the very talented class of rookies here in the High Slide Cup Series. He must not have liked something about how that car was handling. He's going to come to a stop, head back to the end of pit road. Heads back out. Ooh, big loop there. That's one of the things on corner exit. We're really going to see these drivers fight an absolute ton tonight, is getting the back end of the car loose on corner exit. Andy Briganti also on the racetrack, setting a lap time. We'll see who's going to get laps in here. If it's only 5 minutes worth of qualifying, these sessions are going to be over pretty darn quickly here. In fact, time will just about have expired here on the 5-minute clock. Andy Briganti jumps up to the 10th position. Brian Rumpf moves up to P6, 14.98 seconds the lap for Brian Rumpf. Already coming around to complete lap number 2. The lockered little blue pill entry moves up to the number 4 position, 14.92 seconds, 14.92 for Brian Rumpf in car number 65. Now pulling out onto the racetrack, Jason Miz, number 24, Nesquik entry. He'll take the green flag at the starter's stand. Bounces it off the outside retaining wall. The lap will not count with that contact. Andy Briganti finishing up his qualification run in the 11th position, 15.10 seconds. Miz does not score lap number 1 due to the contact with the outside retaining wall. Coming around now to complete lap number 2. Let's see where his one good lap is going to put him on the board. It will be 12th fastest at a 15.11 seconds. 15.1 for Jason Miz in car number 24. Still have a couple of cars that haven't taken time yet. Let's pick up Mark McCurdy here as he pulls out onto the racetrack. This one a throwback to the bush paint schemes of yesteryear. Gail Yarborough making this paint scheme famous the first time around. Another of those lockered racing entries. Really has to grab the binders as that car shoves up to the outside safer barrier in the middle of turns 1 and 2. First lap on the board for Mark McCurdy will be slowest of the cars that have taken time, 15.63 seconds. Already working back around to turns 3 and 4. Oh, big wiggle on corner exit. Smacks the inside retaining wall, safer barrier. That lap will not score. The accident occurring too close to the start-finish line. That's something that iRacing does to basically make sure that these drivers aren't kind of playing any games here. See if we can't drag Greg Holt up here. Greg Holt, Chris Graham, the NRM booth. Do you have a copy on us, sir?
I got you.
All right, bud. It's a heck of a lap here at the front, 14.82. The car must feel pretty good tonight, but what are your thoughts heading into 250 laps around Bristol?
It don't matter how fast you are, you got to keep the fenders on it. That's all that matters. Keep it clean.
Yeah, that's
good.
I say that's going to be the key tonight here. You can plan strategy and pit stops and everything else all you want. It really is about staying out of the mess.
Yep. And you can don't self-inflict it. So hopefully we'll be good.
All right, Greg. Well, good luck tonight, and I think you may be our pole award winner here. Andy Briganti's still out on the racetrack, but congratulations on the great lap.
Thank you very much. Hopefully we can turn that into something good in the race.
So there you go. There's Greg Holt. Your current quick timer. I don't think we have anybody else who's going to be taking a lap here. Dano Williams, Cody Henderson, and Peter Hodgson all not taking time yet. Take a look and see. Don't think we're going to have anybody else here. And now at 9 minutes, 35 seconds ticking away on the qualification clock. 17 drivers have taken time so far tonight. We'll see if anybody else is going to try to get a lap in here right towards the very end. Qualifications have finished here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's get you the qualification results as the field's going to start to grid up here. Greg Holt will be your pole sitter by 74 one-thousandths of a second over Christian Converse. John Button, Brian Ruff, Joseph Causey, your top 5. Scott Williams, Garrett Vezzi, Wendell Elliott, Rob Pendleton, and Alan Martin, the top 10. 11 to 15, Andy Briganti, Jason Miz, Nicholas Lockhart, Nathan Aldrich, and Art Greco. Completing the field are 3 cars who did not get full qualification times in: Anthony Props, Mark McCurdy, and Cody Henderson. Here is the starting grid for tonight's 250 lapper at Bristol. Greg Holt will start on the front row to his outside from Florida, the number 19 of Christian Converse. John Bunton out of the Carolinas will be joined by, well, at least iRacing club mate anyway, Brian Rumpf, also a native of the Carolinas, in row number 2. Joseph Causey and Scott Williams, both out of the Mid-South, in row number 3. Garrett Velzi and Wendell Elliott in row number 4. Row 5 will have Rob Pendleton and Alan Martin. Row 6, Andy Briganti and Jason Miz. Nicholas Lockhart and Nathan Aldrich in row 7. California's Art Greco, Carolina's Anthony Probst in row number 8. Row 9 will have Mark McCurdy and Cody Henderson. Peter Hodgson and Danelle Williams will complete the 20-car field for tonight's racing events for the High Slide Cup Series here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. I want to remind everybody that's tuning in here on Facebook, we can get your comments up on the air, and field making their way around behind the iRacing safety car. Lights are out, and it will be time to go. Greg Holt, Christian Converse will make up the front row for this one. These two drivers put on a heck of a duel 1 week ago at Indianapolis early on in the event. Holt electing to start the race on the outside. Base car makes the hard left-hand turn. Green flag goes up in the air. Great start for Holt. We're underway here at Bristol. Converse going to have to deal with Brian Rumpf. Rumpf start almost got caught up to him. Oh, big wiggle. Converse going to lose control in turns 3 and 4. What a save by Christian Converse, but he's going to lose a ton of spots in the process. All the way back to the 8th position. That car proving to be a big handful. For Christian Converse. Let's get you a look at the Hot Shoe Raceware Instant Replay on board. Oh, what a save for Christian Converse. That was absolutely spectacular, but now we have got an absolute mess here on lap number 5. Caution flag is out. Let's take a look and see if we can see what happened here. Get you another Hot Shoe Raceware instant replay. On corner exit. Oh, Converse got piled into from behind. Oh, that was right at the front of the field. That was race leader Greg Holt going around. Oh, he got a whole bunch of help off the bumper of Brian Rumpf. Show it to you again here. Just a little bit of a push out of the 65. It'll be pretty heavy rear end damage to the number 3 of Greg Holt. That car's still out on the racetrack, so looking okay so far. Brian Rumpf going to hold on to the race lead, and we're going to see our first cars making their way down pit road here on lap number 7. Who chooses to take tires and when they take them, even topping off on fuel here, could make the difference between making this race on anywhere from 3 to 5 pit stops. You don't necessarily have to use every set of tires at your disposal. A lot of these cars were involved in the incident on the racetrack. 8 cars electing to stay out here. Pendleton may be doing some repair work here because this stopped over 30 seconds now. The same for Joseph Causey, the 88. Nathan Aldrich, Mark McCurdy making their way out back onto the racetrack. Both of those cars get their repair jobs completed. They will tag in at the back of the field. Take a look here at Greg Holt in the number 3. He's actually going to be right behind the iRacing safety car. So he should get the wave around with 1 lap to go. Christian Converse making his way down pit road. Big trouble for some of our cars early on in this one. We'll keep an eye here on Christian Converse on the pit road as well. So like we mentioned here, I want to remind everybody that you can support the National Racing Network on Facebook. You can send some stars our way. We greatly appreciate that. Sounds like we are getting ready to go back to green flag racing here. Yes, we are. Scott Williams grabbing the lead here on the restart. Quick yellow there. Williams holds on to the lead over Wendell Elliott. Good battle back behind them as well. Let's pick up Andy Briganti in the number 13. He's going to have Art Greco, Peter Hodgson lined up behind him. Two stages coming up tonight. First stage will end at lap number 75. That will be a green flag stage finish. Lap number 150, we'll see the end of stage number 2. and an automatic caution flag for the end of the stage. See that 710 of Cody Henderson almost passing the car off the outside safer barrier in the corners. You can get way up high. Oh man, almost does it again on corner exit. Wow, Peter Hodgson pounds the outside safer barrier. Exiting turn number 4 that last time around. Hodgson's going to have Anthony Props looking to his inside. Not quite close enough to make the passing attempt off the corner there. Hodgson really able to keep the car wound up. Big slide up to the outside. Have to thank all of the High Slide Racing League sponsors, including VST Brother and Sister Trucking. Also, Ray Automotive. Oh man, that's a big hit to the outside wall for 98 of Anthony Probst. That's going to let Jason Miz come around him on the inside. We heard Greg Holt talk about it pre-race. No self-inflicted damage here tonight. These cars almost treating the outside retaining wall like you would see at Darlington Raceway. Just a little bit of a kiss on the outside can help finish steering that car through the corners. Miz now looking to the inside of Hodgson. That pass will be off at turn number 4. He'll get it completed at the line as we work lap number 22. Also need to say a big thank you to Alarm Technology Security Systems for their support of the High Slide Racing Series. And these cars are just pushing so incredibly bad right now. We talked about the fuel window being 90 to 100 laps. We're already seeing 25 laps in. Some of these cars are really a handful to drive. One of the cars involved in that early incident, the 88 of Joseph Causey, starting to pick his way back through the field. Nicholas Locker, Nathan Aldrich going to be dueling side by side behind him. Just ahead of him is John Button and Art Greco battling for position as well. Lap 26 now on the scoreboard. It's been all Scott Williams since the restart. Causey and Hodgson will continue to do battle. Oh man, Hodgson got it up. Couple of cars going around. We'll see. Yes, that will. That'll bring out a caution. Trouble for Brian Rumpf. He was one of the cars involved there. Take a look at the Hot Shoe Racewear Instant Replay. Keep your eye on that number 65 machine. Couple of cars into the outside wall. Rumpf gets some help from Donnell Williams. He goes around, tags the inside safer barrier with both ends of that number 65 Ford Mustang. That one an incident not necessarily of his doing, but will put Brian Rumpf behind just a little bit. So we'll take a look here, see who's going to come down pit lane this time. Several cars that have already made stops are coming into the pit area. Jason Miz, Rob Pendleton, Joseph Causey. Pendleton up to the inside of Miz there. Not quite sure what the story was there, but there's the wounded number 31 of Rob Pendleton in his pit box here on lap number 30. Joseph Causey also back in. Greg Holt making his first stop of the race. Holt now on his way out of the pit lane. One of the things some of the drivers were talking about pre-race was Greg Holt's ability to save fuel. This stop on lap 29 puts him to about lap 128. If he can make the fuel stretch that long. However, more likely to see stops right around the end of stage number 1, lap 68 to 93, although Holt's going to make his way back down once again. And this is going to be a lot of kind of continual damage repair for Greg Holt. Lights are still on the iRacing safety car, so we're going to go at least one more lap here under caution. While we have a minute, make sure you send us a comment here, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching us. Let us know where you're watching from. Biggest thing you can do to help support us, though, make sure you hit that like, subscribe buttons, ring the bell, do all the stuff you can do on the social platforms. You can find the National Racing Network on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Also Twitch at National Racing Network, all one word. You can also tweet us at the NRN TV. Looks like now 14 cars remain on the lead laps. Scott Williams and Wendell Elliott will make up the front row here for the restart. Second caution flag of the race comes to a conclusion at lap number 33. Green flag back in the air. Williams going to lead them into 1, but great drive down around the bottom for Wendell Elliott. He'll be your race leader off at 2. Top 5 settling themselves out pretty cleanly here. In fact, just about everybody settling down. They're going to want to try to get some laps logged here. Back in the pack, we'll see our first good battle so far. Rob Pendleton getting around the outside of Mark McCurdy. He's going to bring Peter Hodgson with him as the field works lap number 35. Cars being scored 1 lap down include Brian Rumpf, Garrett Velzy, Nathan Aldridge, Art Greco, and Christian Converse. Slide a little bit further forward in the field here. We'll pick up the 05 of Alan Martin. He's going to have Anthony Probst and Jason Miz all over his back bumper. Miz works inside of the 98 of Probst. That fight will continue. They've already gone a lap side by side. We'll see how many. They're going to try to make that happen. Probst able to clear Miz cleanly off the turn number 4 as lap number 40 is on the scoreboard. Sounds like somebody may have gotten a big piece of the wall there. Not seeing any crash cars on the event viewer. Kind of recap the pit strategies here. Wendell Elliott, Scott Williams, Cody Henderson, and Alan Martin have not stopped yet. In fact, we can even pull up the fancy graphics here for you. 5th place, Anthony Probst stopped on lap number 7. Miz and Causey currently running 6th and 7th. Have stopped on lap number 29. So definitely some divergent strategies here already in this one. Oh, Miz bounces off the outside wall. Causey goes around. Oh, and we've got a drivers meeting turn 1. Caution flag is out. Heavy damage to the 88. That car smoking heavily. What a mess that one was. Pull it up and get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay here. Hard hit into the wall for Joseph Causey, and the mesh just piled right into him. Get you another look at it here. Causey, huge hit to the inside and nowhere for the rest of the field to go. That went from single car incident to multi-car train wreck in a big-time hurry. Mostly everybody, including the race leaders, making their way down pit road. First pit stops for your top four coming here at lap number 45. That will get them to the end of stage number 1. Some of the cars that stopped on lap number 29 also electing to stop here. The big thing now is make sure you don't have your fast repairs turned on and all that kind of stuff. Wendell Elliott already making his way out of the pit area. 14.78 seconds. That'll be 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 cans of Sunoco race fuel. Scott Williams is going to be the second car out behind Elliott. Third car off the pit lane will be Cody Henderson. Mark McCurdy, I believe, stayed out, then came in on the succeeding lap. That'll get him the 1 bonus point for leading a lap. Rob Pendleton also going to be back into the pit area. Nicholas Lockhart comes back in. This is really going to shuffle things in a very big way, both on the racetrack and in terms of the point standings. Pulling up those point standings, Wendell Elliott leading the points, leading the race. Scott Williams second in points, 1 point back. He currently runs second. Alan Martin third in points, runs in the 6th position. Cody Henderson, Michael Coulter, your top 5. Coulter not entered in tonight's race. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. Oh, man, big wiggle for Scott Williams. He goes around. We'll see if that's going to bring out a caution flag. Yes, it does. Looked like Scott Williams may have spun up the tires a little bit too quickly there. Keep your eye on that double O to the inside. Yeah, that car just got a ton of wheel spin. Props makes huge contact into the side of the double O. And we go back under the caution flag. That'll be the 4th time tonight for the caution to come out here early on in this one. Anthony Props, Jason Miz, Peter Hodgson going to be making their way down pit road. That number 98 of Props is an absolute mess. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast I believe now leading his class in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified event here at Bristol. The 98 gets the quick repair. So he'll get that car cleaned back up, all nice and shiny looking, but he's used the backup car he has available. Let's head up to the front of the field here and take a look at that number 4 Performance Sim Sport entry of Wendell Elliott. Entering the night as your points leader, he's up 7 spots from the drop of the green flag, and a good run so far for Wendell Elliott. Restarting second will be the 710 of Cody Henderson. Danelle Williams currently running in the 3rd spot. He's your hard charger of the race so far. Up 17 spots from the drop of the green flag, the 82 of Danelle Williams. The Swisher Sweets entry. It's a fantastic looking paint job on that car. Running in 4th, Mark McCurdy's up 13 from the race start. Been a good run so far for that car as well. Another of those Lockered.it paint schemes. You said that one originally made famous as a Busch beer scheme by Cale Yarborough. There's the 05 Landshark entry of Alan Martin. Alan up 5 spots. Fun looking number 24 Nesquik entry of Jason Miz will restart in the 6th position. Lights are out on the iRacing safety car. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Pace car's in, and it's a fantastic start for Wendell Elliott. He'll grab the early break, get away into turn number 1. McCurdy and Henderson will duel off at turn 2. This race has a definite feel of comers and goers throughout the event here. I'm sure a lot of these drivers hoping to just get some laps logged at this point. We look back at the pack through the battle for the 4th position. Danelle Williams starting to catch up in on Jason Miz. It's close enough to make the big move. Greg Holt, after his early issue, back to the 6th position. As your pole sitter, he's down 5 spots from the drop of the green flag, but it's a very nice recovery so far for the pilot of that number 3 Performance Sim Sport entry. Just behind him, he has Alan Martin and Andy Briganti battling side by side. Joseph Causey going to be there as well. Once again, I want to say a huge thank you to Ray's Imports out of Smithfield, Virginia, for your support of the High Slide Cup Series. What do you think, race fans? We've gone 60 laps here. My voice hasn't had a break yet. How about we give you all a chance to crank it up? Lap number 65 goes up on the scoreboard. Your race leader is Wendell Elliott, holding on to a lead of 0.6 of a second over Cody Henderson. Jason Miz currently running in the third position as race leader Wendell Elliott starting to catch up into some lap traffic here. Peter Hodgson in the number 64 red, white, and blue Budweiser entry to the outside. He stays out of the battle for the race lead as they work their way around. Lap 75 will be the end of stage number 1. It will be a green flag stage finish. Caution flag is out. Lap number 69, don't see a reason for the caution flag here. We'll take a look and see what we can come up with here. Had a good battle here with Danelle Williams, Alan Martin, and Joseph Causey. See if there was any contact here. Doesn't look like we see any reason for the caution coming out of this battle. Let's take a look back here, see if... Oh, there it is. Hard into the outside wall. Went Scott Williams. That was a massive hit. One car coming, almost looked like out of the pit area. That may have been Andy Briganti. Let's take a look and see here. Oh, there's the big contact. And Williams, the unfortunate bystander in that one. Briganti ends up smoking heavily. That one will be a meatball. He will have to come to pit lane to get that one repaired. Here's a look at Scott Williams making his way off the pit road. Garrett Velzy just ahead of him. So several cars electing to come in here on lap number 70. We are under our 5th caution flag of the race and 5th caution of stage number 1. Once again, Wendell Elliott still your race leader. He's going to have Cody Henderson alongside for the restart. Jason Miz up to 3rd. Fantastic run for Mark McCurdy, up 13 spots. He runs in 4th. Alan Martin completes your top 5. Rob Pendleton still pit side as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, give us a shout in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us on a beautiful Sunday night here in eastern Pennsylvania. Hope it's as beautiful wherever you are. Green flag back in the air. Wendell Elliott grabbing the race lead pretty cleanly, but the battle's going to be a good one back behind him. Mark McCurdy off the pace. He picks it back up. There may have been a little bit of a wheel spin issue there for the 23, but that car is not coming up to speed very quickly here. The 98 of Anthony Props around to the outside. He has used his fast repair. Here comes the 3 of Greg Holt. Wow, that car absolutely shot out of a cannon. Lap 76 is on the scoreboard, so that means stage 1 has concluded. Wendell Elliott's going to pick up the 10 points. 10 stage points and 1 playoff point. Winning stage number 1, Cody Henderson. Second, Jason Viz, Joseph Foster, Alan Martin, Anthony Props, Greg Holt, Scott Williams, Garrett Velzy, Danelle Williams, your top 10 at the end of stage number 1. And we'll keep an eye here on this 3 machine. It is beat up at the front, beat up at the back, but Greg Holt is on the charge. Slicing and dicing his way through the field and back up to the 6th position. Scrapes it off the outside wall in turn 2. He's already getting up onto the back bumper of Alan Martin. The laps tick by in a hurry. Now lap 80 on the scoreboard. It's been the Wendell Elliott show at the front of the field. That Performance Sim Sport entry has been good from the drop of the green flag. 7 spots up. Ordinarily might get your name mentioned for a hard charger, but not tonight. That award currently going to go to the guy running in the 2nd position, Cody Henderson. Once again, a couple of high slide rookies here at the front of the field. Might want to cue the Jaws theme though, because Joe Causey and Greg Holt are absolutely charging through the field here. Causey gaining on Henderson, but Holt is absolutely flying, getting up on the back bumper of the number 88. One thing about running the high line like these cars are here tonight at Bristol, the bump and run is significantly less in play because that car is going to bounce off the outside safer barrier and right back into the hole that you're trying to occupy. Holt and Causey both catching Cody Henderson for 2nd in a big hurry. Holt shows his nose in 1 and 2. He'll complete the pass here off of turn number 4. Caution flag is out. We'll see if it's going to stick. Trouble this time for possibly Mark McCurdy. Let's see. Keep your eye on that number 23, blue and white machine to the inside. Little soft spin on the front straightaway. Makes contact with the inside safer barrier. Now McCurdy stuck facing the wrong direction. That's what will bring out the caution flag. So let's head back towards the front here. Pick up Wendell Elliott. Looks like he will be coming to pit road this time. Yes, he does. Race leader Wendell Elliott on pit road. Greg Holt, Cody Henderson elect to stay out. For Wendell Elliott, he made his first stop on lap 45. Next stop will come here on lap number 88. This is where I think the strategy call is pretty brilliant here for Wendell Elliott. He now should have plenty enough tire to make the end of stage number 2 here at lap number 150. That'll give him a chance to make another pit stop under caution. Everybody from 7th place, Joseph Causey on back, is on pit road this time. The only thing that this electing to stop here does that could be detrimental to these drivers' efforts to win tonight's race is it puts this car at the front of the field. Greg Holt, number 3 Performance Sim Sport entry. May not be the absolute class of the field, but he was quicker by a couple of tenths in qualifications, and now you're going to put that 3 machine back to the front. He had no issue dispatching Cody Henderson just before the caution flag came out. So the restart coming up here on, it'll be at least lap number 91. We'll have Greg Holt and Cody Henderson on the front row. Anthony Props and Andy Briganti will make up row number 2. Garrett Velzy, Wendell Elliott in row 3. Row 4, Scott Williams and Joe Causey. Alan Martin, Peter Hodgson will complete the top 10 there. Cody Henderson has not stopped since lap number 45. Theoretically, he could go, he could possibly go as deep as lap 145 without having to stop. I don't think the Goodyear Racing Eagles will quite hold up that long, but we'll see. And keep your eye on Wendell Elliott. He will be restarting from the 6th position. He'll be the first car on the racetrack with fresh racing rubber. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Holt gets away quickly from Henderson. Wendell Elliott already around the outside up to position number 4. He's going to be going to work on Andy Briganti. That 13 machine has used a quick repair as well. Oh, contact with Henderson. What a save. Oh, and they make contact again. The 710 of Cody Henderson goes around. Full ARCA brakes from the number 14 and Nathan Aldrich. And what a tough break there for the 4 of Wendell Elliott. Get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Thought they made a couple of great saves, the most minor of contact. The 4 is able to get slowed up here. Let's go on board here with Nathan Aldrich. See what he saw leading into this incident. That was a tough break. I will correct myself. Nathan was way off the throttle there, so not full ARCA brake deployment, but that's one of those things, I guess it's going to come with experience. Bristol is colloquially known as a self-cleaning racetrack. Any incident that happens is going to slide to the inside of the racetrack and down onto the apron. Your best bet is to always go high. Some tracks like Daytona and Talladega, you'll see the incidents will, at least initially anyway, really move towards the outside retaining wall just because of the speeds involved. And you can go low, depending on when you arrive. That's when the incident starts to slide back down to the inside. But taking a look back at the front of the field, let's give you the rundown on pit strategies here. Greg Holt, your race leader, stopped on lap number 70. Joe Causey, currently running in the 2nd position, does have 18 lap fresher rubber than Causey. Excuse me, than Holt, I should say. Currently running in the 3rd position, Anthony Probst. Make sure that date is right. Yeah, he last stopped on lap number 51. Everybody else back behind him through 8th place, Donnell Williams, stopping on lap number 88. Looks like the lights are out on the iRacing safety car. Next caution, we'll try to pick up some of our in-race reporters here, but right now we're going to concentrate on the upcoming battle at the front of the field. Joe Causey is one of the better drivers in the series and has just had terrible luck since the series kicked off. He's going to try to convert this inside front row starting position into some magic here tonight. Once again, Greg Holt gets a fantastic restart. Nicholas Lockard and Joe Causey will battle off at turn number 2. Causey able to clear him for the position. Anthony Probst, Alan Martin will battle as well. Here comes the 00 with Scott Williams. Another of the Performance Sim Sport entries. Williams around Alan Martin. Three cars being scored one or more laps down, including Cody Henderson, Mark McCurdy, and Nathan Aldrich. John Button, Art Greco, Christian Converse, all out of the race. We work lap number 102. Oh, big contact. Props goes around. He's going to spin to the infield. Looks like that may have been Garrett Velzy bouncing it off the outside safer barrier, trying to get that car woed up. We go back under the caution flag. Anthony Prop's going to make his way down the pit road. Greg Holt still not electing to come back down. From the tires perspective, really looking at lap 109 to lap 134 is where we would probably expect to see Greg Holt come back in. Rob Pendleton, Jason Miz also now on pit road. A little bit of an interesting call here for Alan Martin. He's going to make his way down pit road here as well. So Martin will come to the attention of his crew here on lap number 107. Take a look here. That appeared to be a fuel-only stop. Peter Hodgson also making his way off of pit road. Garrett Velzy getting service as well. Stop here at lap 107 will easily get you to the end of stage number 2. That's where we would assume everybody would be coming down pit road to take a set of Goodyear Racing Eagles. Top the thing up with fuel. And then a final stop would come right in the ballpark of anywhere from lap, we'll say 191 to like 216. So it is possible to make it from here on 2 stops. And with the small number of cars left on the lead lap, may not be the worst strategy call. Basically try to make the undercut well before you even get to the last pit stop. Off of turn 4, pace car is in, green flag's back in the air, we're underway once again. Much better restart this time for Joe Causey, but it's still not going to be enough. Wendell Elliott breaking away from Nicholas Lockard. Wendell Williams going to be battling here with Jason Miz. This is the fight for the 6th position. Lap 110 of 250 is on the scoreboard. Now lap 111, 40 laps away from the conclusion here of stage number 2. And that will be an automatic caution flag when this stage is wrapped up. Taking a look back to the front of the field here, this is the tightest battle we've had for the race lead all night. Greg Holt trying to make it hold on. Those tires are absolutely going to be going away here. We're now in the window of where we would have expected Holt to make a pit stop. This really is going to be about, does he get a caution flag here in the window? Or how well can he make these old tires hold up? One thing about these tires, well, it's really not going to make a difference here. Trouble for, looks like Donnell Williams. Let's get you a Hot Shoe Race for instant replay. Tried to make the save. Oh, and then big contact as well. He jumps back to the pit area. Take a look here. Get you one more look at the issue for Donnell Williams. Yep. Little bit of oversteer on corner exit. Oh, and then Andy Briganti just absolutely popped. Scott Williams may have gotten a piece of that as well. Going back to live coverage here, Greg Holt will make his way down pit road. After stopping at lap number 70, Greg Holt will come in here at lap 116. Could get as far as lap number 180 on 4 tires and fuel from here. Crew around to the right side. That's already up in the air. Jack is down. Crew is around to the left-hand side. Holt not electing to take the quick repair just yet. He is absolutely going to save that one for the end of the race. A little bit of damage repair getting done. Greg Holt down and away. 4 tires, 2 cans Sunoco Racing Fuel, 19.9 seconds after that little bit of repair time. Peter Hodgson, Nathan Aldrich also on pit road. Andy Briganti, Mark McCurdy, and Donnell Williams. So now at the front of the field is the 88 of Joseph Causey. Nobody has run a clean race to this point. That number 88 car, I believe, has taken the quick repair as well, so he's already on to his backup car. 12 cars currently remain on the lead lap. We'll see if Andy Briganti is going to go a lap down here under caution. We work lap number 118. Green flag back in the air. It's a good start for Joseph Causey. Wendell Elliott did not get away very quickly. Already back up to the second position after his issues earlier in the race. Another car charging back through the field is the 710 of Cody Henderson. He's looking to the inside of Alan Martin down the back straightaway. A couple laps shy of halfway here, man. Big wiggle out of the 710. Here's Greg Holt looking to the inside. He's going to come past Henderson cleanly, set his sights on Alan Martin. Holt easily clears the 05. In fact, he's going to bring the 710 to Henderson with him. Cross flags halfway home. Your halfway leader is the number 88 of Joseph Causey, but he's going to be under attack here from Wendell Elliott in just a moment. They're already going to be catching up into lap traffic as well. That'll be Andy Briganti. That's going to be the next car in line to go a lap down. Just back behind him, Greg Holt, Jason Miz going to battle here. That 3 machine is an absolute rocket ship on faster rubber. Lap 88 was the last pit stop lap for your race leaders. Lap 116, the pit stop lap for Greg Holt. We'll show you the stint length here on these. 41 laps since the last pit stop for Causey and Elliott. Only 13 for Holt, and you can see that one paying off. How that fresh rubber is benefiting Greg Holt. He's already starting to get caught up into the back of Wendell Elliott. Holt to the inside of Elliott. He'll get the pass completed. Those red numbers you see at the bottom of the screen, that's how much slower the lap times were for Wendell Elliott versus Greg Holt. How about half a second? 1 lap to go. New tires making an absolutely massive difference. Now let's check the gaps between Causey and Holt. Greg Holt, again, he's tenths of a second quicker per lap. This battle for the race lead will not be much of a battle, that's for sure. Catching in on Mark McCurdy. He's going to be the next car to go another lap down. McCurdy with the big move to the inside. Moves out of the way of the battle for the race lead. Here's we work lap number 136. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 64 of Peter Hodgson. That was an ambitious move by Holt to try to stick the nose of the car in there. Now the Performance Sim Sport entries of Greg Holt and Wendell Elliott will battle. Hodgson now gets it up against the outside retaining wall, trying to stay well clear of Holt. Elliott going to come through as well. Big beneficiary of that one, though, is Joe Causey in the number 88. Here is the word from race control. Stage break coming at lap number 150. It's going to be 10 to go to the stage break. Causey holds on to the race lead, but Holt once again catching back up in a big-time hurry. There's the message from race control. Stage break coming up at lap 150. It'll be 8 laps to go this time by here in stage number 2. Holt to the inside. Causey fights back tough on the outside of the racetrack. Uses the momentum to his advantage. Caution flag is out. Caution on the speedway, lap 144. And that looks to be a mess. Seen a whole lot of black smoke there. Take a look here at Andy Briganti. He may have piled in late into this one. Oh, Peter Hodgson got turned around down the front straightaway. Take a look and see what happened here to Peter Hodgson. Little bit of help from the 05. That car spins around to the inside, and Andy Briganti got an absolute ton of that one. Let's go on board here with Briganti, see what he saw. We got at turn number 4. A little bit of off throttle time, but not much there. Briganti thinking he could squeak by on the inside. Here is your race leader, or excuse me, second place, Joe Causey coming into the pit road. This will be a 4-tire change, basically the stop at the end of the stage. Scott Williams and Joe Causey doing the tango as they come off a pit road. At the front of the field, Greg Holt is your race leader. Started on the pole for this one, but that car has had several issues throughout the race. You can see the front end of that car, all sorts of banged up. Good amount of damage on the rear of that Performance Sim Sport entry as well. But Holt back up front where you would kind of expect him to be. And that right rear corner is absolutely torn up, though. Running in the second position, equally as damaged, the number 4, Wendell Elliott. Another Performance Sim Sport car. This one a Ford Mustang as opposed to his teammates' Toyota Camry. Jason Miz will restart in the 4th position. Show you Anthony Props here first. Mountain Dew Baja Blast, number 98. Nesquik, number 24 of Miz, will restart on the outside. Back in the 5th position, the 10 of Nicholas Lockard. That car's been here, there, and everywhere from front to back in the field. Good shot for Lockard to try to make some ground up here as well. But they're going to have to get past Greg Holt and Wendell Elliott. Off of turn 4, green flag goes back in the air. Good restart for Holt. He will easily take the lead into 1. Miz and Props going to battle, but not much of a fight there either. Miz, in fact, making up a bunch of ground here on the 4 of Elliott. They were 3 wide, just back behind them. Discretion, the better part of valor there for the 10 of Nicholas Lockard. He falls back to the 8th position. But the car is still clean, which is more than a lot of these drivers can say. Lap number 151 goes up on the scoreboard, and we go back under the caution flag for the end of stage number 2. Greg Holt picking up the win here in the stage over Wendell Elliott, Jason Miz, Anthony Props, Rob Pendleton, the top 5. Cody Henderson, Scott Williams, Nicholas Lockard, Joe Causey, and Brian Rumpf all earning stage points. Looks like everybody amongst the leaders is going to make their way down pit road, with the exception of Rob Pendleton, Scott Williams, and Joe Causey. Race off of pit road will be won by Garrett Velzy ahead of Greg Holt and Wendell Elliott. Jason Miz, Anthony Props, Nicholas Lockard will complete the cars in their battle off the pit lane. But we've got a new race leader at the front of the field. We've seen this guy on pit lane an absolute ton tonight, and quite frankly, you can see why there at the front of the field. The 31 of Rob Pendleton. Make sure you check out all his socials for the Pendleton iRacing team. That Toyota Camry is beat to snot at the front of the field, but So getting ready to come back to green flag racing here. Rob Pendleton grabs the early lead, but Joe Causey going to be inside of Scott Williams. This will be a good battle for the second position. Greg Holt right there as well. Causey looks inside of Pendleton for the race lead. Props may have bounced it off the outside wall back there in about the 7th position. Holt gets around Scott Williams to the inside, grabs the 3rd position as Causey closes in on the back bumper. Of Rob Pendleton. Three-car battle for the race lead off the corner. Holt and Causey battling for second. Great job by Pendleton to hold on to the race lead. Holt now looking inside of Causey. He may get the pass completed here, but Joe Causey's going to be able to fight back. Big dive up to the inside, almost a little bit of a slide job-esque move from Greg Holt. He reclaims the race lead. Now Pendleton and Causey are going to fight side by side. Pendleton able to hold on to the spot for now. Lap number 163 on the scoreboard. In fact, we'll make it 164 this time by. 13 cars remain on the lead. Lap Cody Henderson, Mark McCurdy, and Andy Briganti all being scored 1 or more laps down. We'll slide back just a little bit here. Pick up the 98 of Anthony Props. He looks inside of Alan Martin. Martin keeps it wound up on the outside. He'll retain the 6th position, that time by the line. Nicholas Lockhart in the 10, making up some ground here as well. Just ahead of this fight, Scott Williams is going to be battling with Jason Miz. Williams, the 00, Chrome, the Performance Sim Sport entry. Miz in that Nesquik yellow and blue. Number 24 just back behind him. Greg Holt opening up a pretty sizable lead here over Rob Pendleton. Pendleton's still going to be in a tight battle with Joe Causey. The lead about a straightaway for Holt. Seems like everybody going to be a little bit content to settle in here. Let's run you through the pit stop strategies here real quick. Give you an idea of where everybody's going to be in terms of the strategy calls. Race leader Greg Holt stopped at lap number 153. His final stop of the race will come between laps 192 and 217, so about 20 or so laps from now. The 3 cars behind him all stopped on lap 145. They also will be able to go the rest of the way on one more stop. We expect those stops to come anywhere from lap 184 in and around lap 209, so a little bit tighter on the pit stop windows for those cars. That's going to be everybody inside the top 8, with only 10 cars left on the lead lap. Looks like just about everybody's going to be good to go here with one more pit stop. The bigger question is, how many sets of tires do you have left? And do you have a set of tires and a fast repair saved for a late race caution? That's going to be a big one as we get a little bit later on into the race here. Causey looks to the inside of Pendleton. off of 4. He gets the pass completed. Everybody now single file. You got to go all the way back here to Brian Rumpf in the 65, battling with Alan Martin. That's the fight for the 8th position. Rumpf able to come around easily. Anthony Probst coming to the inside of Martin as well. Keeping an eye on the lap times here as Greg Holt starts to catch up in on lap traffic. That's Garrett Velzy just ahead of him in the 48. He'll put the 13th place car 1 lap down. Holt's quick lap of the race is a 14:95, 15:54. The last lap time for Holt, back in 15:58 for lap number 179 was the mark there. Peter Hodgson going to be the next car to go a lap down. He'll be in the 12th position. Joe Causey's quick lap is 15.1 seconds, 15:63 the last time by. Just about everybody is a second or so off of their quickest lap of the race. After a little bit of an inauspicious start, we have had a pretty decent green flag run here. So far, only seeing 3 cars out of the race: John Button, Art Greco, and Christian Converse. Donnell Williams is, for all intents and purposes, out of the race anyway. He is 25 minutes on the pit road. Greg Holt working lap number 189. Let's slide back and pick up this absolutely fantastic fight going on. Going to be Rob Pendleton on the outside, Nicholas Lockard to the inside, Wendell Elliott, Brian Rumpf, Anthony Probst, Jason Miz, all there as well. They're all battling for position. The 710 of Cody Henderson is a lap down. He's the first car a lap down, so he would be in line to pick up the lucky dog should another caution flag fly. Tell you what, we haven't done one of these in a little bit here. Let's go on board with the drivers, and we'll give you all a chance once again to crank it up. Oh, big wreck on the straightaway. Several cars involved. Caution flag will fly. Jason Miz, one of the cars involved there. This was all in and around the battle for the 6th position. Looks like Miz bounced it off the outside retaining wall. Big contact with Rumpf. Oh, that was your race leader. Greg Holt got a huge hit in that one. Absolutely massive hit for Greg Holt. Let's go on board with Greg Holt, who was right behind this group of lap cars. Just nowhere to go. Barely even any time to react. And this now changes everything. The entire front end of that number 3 machine has been torn off in the incident. Holt should have a quick repair left, or at least we'll see if he does. He may not elect to take it. But here at lap number 199, kind of put him right in the ballpark of making it to the end here. Will be pretty significant repairs, though, for Greg Holt. Now, all the rest of your race leaders will make their way down pit road, including the 88 of Joseph Causey. Crew around on the right-hand side of that number 88 machine, now back to the left for Goodyear Racing Eagles. Toucan Sunoco fuel. That 88 machine is down and away. Greg Holt still pit side, over 1 minute in repairs. He will be a lap down and now being scored as out of the race. What a tough break for Greg Holt. He was quite literally within a couple of straightaways of having up to 5th place 1 lap down. And Holt will now finish no better than the 13th position. Let's see if we can't get Greg up into the out of the infield care center here. Greg, the car was absolutely on rails and spectacular. And then the big one happened in front of you.
Not much you can do. The way I was being patient, wasn't going to throw it in there to get by the lap traffic, and then the lap traffic just knows the shit. So, is what it is, man. It happens.
Yeah, it's a tough break. We can hear the dejection in your voice, but hopefully we see you back here and we're talking to you again on more positive terms next week.
Yeah, we'll be back. Not a problem. But thank you.
There you go. There's Greg Holt out of the race here on lap number 202, and this most certainly changes everything. Joe Causey's been quick, but not as quick as Greg Holt has been. Causey really looking to turn his season around, quite frankly. Green flag goes back in the air. Causey absolutely checks out. The battle is going to be for second between Scott Williams and Anthony Probst. Here's the question from Derek Grigsby. Holt out? Yes, he is. He also says, go 98, Full Sail Racing to the front. Anthony Props now running in the second position. That car has been involved in multiple incidents tonight to the tune of 7 trips on the pit lane. Shout out to the hardest working pit crew in iRacing tonight, though. That belongs to the number 31 of Rob Pendleton. How about 15 trips down pit road to repair damage? And that 31 machine is in line for a podium finish. Causey not able to get away at the front of the field as quickly as Holt was able to. The gap is opening up just a little bit, though. In fact, the lead now over 1/2 of a second. Just back behind him, Jason Miz looking inside of Nicholas Lockard. All those cars in red at the top of the screen are cars that are a lap ahead of Jason Miz. So Miz trying to fight his way back onto the lead lap. Working lap number 210. In fact, it'll be 211 and 40 laps to go here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. The Bristol Night Race for the High Slide Cup Series has been exciting and action-packed, to say the least. After the long green flag run, allowed Greg Holt to put most of the field a lap down. Oh man, that sounded like a pretty big hit. Somewhere back in the back here. A lot of these cars look like they might belong on the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour as opposed to the Cup Series, but still out there turning laps. And this is really, I mean, has absolutely huge implications in the points chase. Taking a look at the point standings, Joseph Causey currently 23rd in points. If he's able to hold on to a win, that will vault him in to an automatic playoff qualification spot. Several drivers with wins actually outside the top 16, what would be the top 16 cutoff. Michael Atkins Jr. with a win, currently 14th in points. Rob Pendleton has a win. He's 19th in points. This series really has been a study in consistency versus wins, as Peter Hodgson absolutely annihilates the attenuator. Get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay on this one. Oh, we missed the attenuator. It was a full-on Kona side, though. After scraping the outside wall, Hodgson jumps back to the pit area. I believe his night will be done. At the front of the field, Joseph Causey, Anthony Props, Wendell Elliott, your top three, although Elliott and Rob Pendleton going to be battling side by side. This is for the final podium position as we work lap number 222. Only 6 cars remain on the lead lap, back to 6th place Nicholas Lockard. Pendleton almost got it into the outside safer barrier there in turns 1 and 2. Wendell Elliott not able to capitalize, however. I wonder, let's take a look here. I think Wendell Elliott may have used the quick repair. Yes, he did. That car is significantly cleaner. The whole back end is put back together. The backup car has come out for the 4 of Wendell Elliott. Every driver in the field gets one. He uses his at the opportune time as we see Pendleton bounce it off the outside safer barrier. That gets Elliott to back it down just a little bit. At the front of the field, as we're down now to 25 laps to go, Joseph Causey has opened up a 1-second lead over Anthony Probst. Wendell Elliott running in the 3rd position, about 3.5 seconds back, and he has opened up a half second over Rob Pendleton after completing the pass for 3rd. Now Scott Williams going to be looking to the inside of Pendleton. That 31 machine has really been attracted to the safer barriers in the corners here. Jason Miz back behind him, going to be the first car 1 lap down, and there you see Nicholas Lockard in the number 10. Last car on the lead lap, currently in the 6th position. Joseph Causey coming around 7:10 of Cody Henderson, Nebraska Cornhuskers entry. Goes 1 more lap down to the race leader. Next on the list will be Brian Rumpf. Rumpf already a lap down. Laps ticking off here in a hurry. And Joseph Causey is having a very, very good night now. He's been at the front of the field, really running with Greg Holt for a lot of the race. Holt just showing a tremendous amount of speed. Now with the number 3 out of the race, going to basically leave the race in the control of the 88 of Joseph Causey. Anthony Probst, Scott Williams, and Wendell Elliott all going to be dueling here. Looks like Williams actually a little bit of a ways back, but this is the battle for 2nd. Wendell Elliott looks to the inside of Anthony Probst. Full Sail Racing, number 98 to the outside, the Performance Sim Sport, number 4 to the inside. They'll continue to battle here, getting rapidly close to just 10 laps to go. May have been an issue for Scott Williams as he's now back to the 6th position. The last car on the lead lap. Big fight going on back here. This is Pendleton, Williams, also the 10 of Lockard. Jason Miz there as well. 10 laps to go for this driver, the number 88 of Joseph Causey. Coming to the inside of Alan Martin. Now going to take a look at the 14 and Nathan Aldrich. He'll cleanly come around the number 14 Procore entry. And Joseph Causey has just been spectacular tonight. Right alongside, as we mentioned, Greg Holt is the class of the field. Holt ran into issues and Causey quick to capitalize. This battle for second is still a good one. In fact, contact made in turns 1 and 2. Elliott backs out just a hair to save the fight for another lap. Props holding on to second. Next time by, it'll be 5 laps to go for Causey. We'll stay here with a battle for second. Elliott to the inside, Props to the outside. Elliott going to complete the pass this time. And he opens up about 8 car lengths on Anthony Props. That was a very, very big drive off the corner. Now 2:48 on the scoreboard. 3 laps to go for Joseph Causey. Get you the nice tight shot on that number 88. The Army National Guard sponsorship on the front of the Chevrolet Camaro of Joseph Causey. 2 laps. Let's call it a lap and a third to go here. He'll come off of turn number 4. See the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Joseph Causey here at Bristol. Keeps it clean off the wall in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh, lap cars making contact in front of them. But they stay clean off of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. Joseph Causey picks up the win. Coming home second will be the number 4 of Wendell Elliott, followed by Anthony Probst across the line. What an exciting race here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's get your final results as the leaders make their way back around to the front. Joseph Causey gets the win by 7 seconds over Wendell Elliott. Anthony Probst comes home third. Nicholas Lockard fourth. Rob Pendleton, Scott Williams, top 5 and the only cars on the lead lap. 6 through 10, Scott Williams, Jason Miz, Nathan Aldrich, Alan Martin, and Brian Rumpf. Cody Henderson, Garrett Velzy, Mark McCurdy, Andy Briganti, and Peter Hodgson back through the 15th position. 16th goes to Greg Holt, the fastest car by a wide margin tonight, but got caught up in a couple of big incidents. He will finish 52 laps down in 16th. 17th to Donnell Williams, 18th John Bunton, 19th Art Greco, and Christian Converse completes the field. We'll take a look and see which of our drivers we can get here for the post-race interviews. Don't see Joseph Causey in the Discord at the moment, so we'll give our race winner a minute to get in here. Second place goes to Wendell Elliott, but we have our race winner here, and pull up the tight shot, get him out in victory lane. Joseph Causey, your winner here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. And Joseph, it's fair to say that you were not as quick as Greg Holt was tonight, but that 88 car was still really, really good.
Yeah, Greg knows how to get around here very well. I guess that was the good thing about being second best. I guess I was good enough. If he wrecked down, I was gonna get it.
Yeah, it's almost like you weren't quite there to all the carnage that he ran into at various points in the race. But the reality of this, though, is you still had to run this thing pretty clean. We're looking at the replay now on the screen here, and I tell you what, that car, outside of a little bit of damage on the back bumper, looked pretty darn clean.
Yeah, I got in a couple in the very beginning that were not in case of my fault. Just situation of Bristol, nowhere to go, and I was able. I know I got into one that totaled my car, and a good thing I had the fast repair that I didn't when I did, and I fixed it. And then from there, I think I got hit one more time. Other than that, and then from there, I kept the car clean for the rest of the race, I believe.
Yeah, it was a very, very good run for you tonight. It was a ton of fun to watch, that's for sure. And now you've locked yourself into the playoffs, completely changed the point standings here in this league once again. That's got to be a huge confidence boost going on right now.
Heck yeah, it's it's hard to win with Greg and Christian around. When they're around, it's hard to beat them too, usually. And there's some other guys in here that are good as well. Freaking Wendell's good. He was good at Indianapolis. Scott's always there. Freaking, we got some that are always there. They're always contending right there, ready to pounce on it. Miz as well. There's a lot of people right there,
Well, like we said, it was a great run tonight. Congratulations on the victory, and who would you like to thank?
Thank Garrett. Thank you putting on the show. And I almost didn't show up tonight. I was like, man, Bristol. Oh, I guess it was good to show up.
They say 80% of life is just showing up, and Joseph Causey not only shows up, but he shows up in victory lane. Congratulations, bud.
Appreciate it.
There you go. That a fantastic run for Joseph Causey, and quite frankly, just as good of a run for our runner-up finisher tonight, Wendell Elliott. You have the R next to your name, denoting that you're a series rookie, but you haven't shown to be a rookie to the world of iRacing by any stretch here. Fantastic run tonight. Did you think you would have anything for Joseph late in the race there?
Yeah, if it could pass down low and make it a little easier, it's hard to get a pass down low. If I could have got around clean up, I could have done something with Causey, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it seemed like the high line was where everybody wanted to be tonight, but hey, we made the comment to Joe here, and your car looks much the same. You saved the fast repair for late in the race, pull the backup out late, and was that really a big difference maker in keeping you towards the front of the field?
Yeah, I think I had like a minute 19-second damage when I went into that last caution there where it was, and got a new car, and it's totally different. It's a totally different car.
Well, it was a fantastic run. Continues your streak of good finishes here in the High Slide Cup Series. Congratulations on the runner-up finish tonight. Who would you like to thank?
I thank my team and I'm thanking Garrett for putting on a good league. I mean, he's got a good thing going here.
All right. Well, Wendell, congratulations once again. Hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Enjoyed the broadcast too.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate that. Now let's pick up the 98. Now, it says in Discord, Jordan, I've been calling you Anthony all night. I'm assuming it's Jordan props here in the 98, yes?
Yeah, Jordan Frost. It's just Anthony on the game. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to get Garrett to fix that one. Make sure we get the name right for you. But how in the world did you get that 98 back to the front? I mean, it seemed like you were on pit road as much as you were not on pit road and on the racetrack.
Oh, the first half of this race was really rough. I was battling through all kinds of traffic, and it seemed like every time I'd get up towards the front, there'd be a wreck in front of me, we'd get damaged, or it'd be tire strategy. But yeah, there at the end, it just kind of worked out where I was able to drive through traffic and get up to a good spot, and then we got a caution at a good time that kind of set us up to be on the outside on that last restart, and got us a little bit of a gap there. It just kind of worked out for us there at the end.
Yeah, it seemed like a common theme tonight has been save the quick repair for the end of the race. We've got the nice slow-mo shot on that Mountain Dew Baja Blast entry, and it seemed like you had the quick repair, the backup car saved to the end of the race as well.
Yeah, actually, well, the thing was, I used that when the 00 spun the tires or whatever happened there, and I got into him. I actually got engine damage on that, I think, second caution of the race. So I didn't have a quick repair for the last 170 laps there. So I was having to be real careful and just kind of pick my way through everybody. But I think we ended up there on that last pit stop. I could have took about 30 seconds of damage. I didn't take it because it wasn't really hurting our performance. So yeah.
Well, I tell you what, that's a fantastic job to keep the race car that clean here around the Bristol Motor Speedway. Fantastic run tonight for you, Jordan. Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, definitely got to thank my mom and dad. They're big supporters of me. They watch all my streams. Everybody who works and helps out with Full Sail Racing, my gaming channel. Bison Coolers, who's on the car tonight, and our black and gold primary for this year. And always go to Taco Bell, get you some Baja Blast from Taco Bell. It's a good place.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, congratulations on the third place finish, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So there you go. That's your top 3 finishers here from the Bristol Motor Speedway, and this one has been a ton of fun tonight. We are really looking forward to coming back here next week with the High Slide Cup Series, and let's get you the update on their schedule, where they're going to be. If you like the excitement and action that we had tonight, you're going to love next week. Daytona International Speedway. We're going to the tapered spacer capital of the world for a big old race down there. Then we head up to Watkins Glen, the super speedway of road courses, then to Richmond Raceway, back to the short tracks here. So pretty fun schedule coming up here over the next few weeks for the High Slide Cup Series, and we got a ton of stuff coming up here on the National Racing Network as well this week. Starting tomorrow night, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Silver Crown Cup returns to NRN. Tuesday night, the Sprint Car Cup at 9 p.m. Eastern. Indy Pro 2000s Thursday at 10:15. We also will have the High Side Hustle this Thursday night. Burt Wojcik and Adam Rubright will be back from, quite frankly, the dumpster fire that was their trip to Nashville and Bristol, Tennessee for the World of Outlaws and Super Dirt Car Series. They'll recap all that action. Also, Friday night, our first real-world broadcast of the year from Linda's Speedway for the Erman Folk Memorial. The Legends cars will be out there joining the 600s, the 270s, and all the other classes from the Jonestown, Pennsylvania Oval. We cannot wait to get back and be bringing you live race coverage here on the National Racing Network. Also going to have a pretty big announcement about a new IndyCar series coming to NRN this week as well. The schedule is starting to get full, people, and we are looking forward to it in a big way. But that will wrap up our coverage here for tonight. Got to thank Alarm Technology Security Systems, Ray's Automotive, and Brother and Sister Trucking for their support of the High Slide Cup Series. Also, Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Hot Shoe Racewear, and McConey Setup Shop for their support of NRN. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It's been a pleasure to have you with us here this Sunday night. You have a great night as well.